Greetings, ladies and gentle players. Going over another game today, and this is my second time kind of actually recording the thing because the first time I didn't realize that NVIDIA broadcast had crashed, and I was just talking to myself for the last 10 minutes. Good thing I checked eventually, eh? So we're going over a game. Don't worry about who the players are. You probably don't recognize them, that's fine. Even players that you don't recognize occasionally play a good game. They're not as consistent, mind you, as like your good old Shin Jenny or Mr. Your KGs or good old Shivy Cakes. Like, not as consistent as them, but they still play off a good game now and again. So let's go back through this once again. So games start as games often do in the upper right-hand corner and the lower left-hand corner. Yeah. Here we don't know yet what we want to do, except I do, because I just gone over this already. We could approach high, we can approach low, we could play territory influence. He approaches low just like that for good old territory. And now we have to decide what we're going to do here for white. We can back off, we can pincer, if so, where? Bam, low pincer. Now here's the thing about the low pincer. You can ignore it, and hey, there's variation showing it. Yeah, we don't really play this very much. We usually do this one. But the reason why it can be unsettling to play the tight pincer, because your opponent can ignore it and just go ahead and take an enclosure, because when you follow up like so, the stone's not dead, so you can keep playing away. Then we get Sente like so. But you're going to use the kill one stone again, aren't you? But if you do that, then black just keeps getting to play elsewhere, taking a huge area for yourself. And unfortunately, even with all the stones you played, you can still sacrifice just like that. So it's a very, very potentially unsettling way to play with the tight pincer. That's why we don't see it an awful lot. But it has made a little bit of a resurgence. Everyone's like doing the shoulder hit, and then we pincer, or not pincer, but we push and cut and then sacrifice. We play a little bit greedy here. Black plays a little bit greedy as well. And now there's Aji left behind for both players. White's like, hey Aji, I know you. Bam! Using the Aji immediately, threatening to go underneath. Now, black is obviously not going to take that lion down. Going to not let that connect. But unfortunately, that's Gote 2. Wablam, 3-3. Black's like, that's fine. I can expand along the top. So I will block for Sente, and then wablam. Hey, look at that. The board's already marked. How'd that happen? And now we've got options here. We can threaten at A. We can go ahead and maybe even threaten at B. So surely this gets a response out of our opponent, right? Surely. Surely. No. No. Probably thinking to yourself, they're not going to play. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Watch the mouse. Watch the mouse. Ooh, look where it's going. Oh. Yeah. This is why I picked this game. Because he's of the opinion that Aji does not matter. Only thing that matters to me right now are the 3 points. I take the 3 points and I win the game. It's actually fairly easy. I'm surprised you don't know better than to play 2 4 stones. You're just going to get your corner stolen. Why would you do that? Well, here we go again for ye old... Oh, sorry. For surprisingly aggressive variation. Okay. Get the double Hane in. And take our corner back. Now white's like, okay. So I was right to ignore you. Got to play in the corner, got Sente, got the pincer. This is all going aces. How can I possibly lose now? Well, funny you should ask that, person who I just made up. How you're gonna lose that is simple. Where are your points? You kind of got none right now. Maybe 10? Huh. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem, ain't it? Yeah, you need a whole lot more points than that. Because the 3-3 isn't worth any points, and then that wasn't worth any points, and you've ignored this, so that's questionable too. So let's see let's see what White wants to do with this. Okay, kill the stone. Stone confirmed. 2 points acquired. Then we undercut, make sure that White can't do anything. And I think here's his tricks. I think this is the tricks that he likes to play. Because you'll notice that he played here and then away. And it's tempting to overcommit to that one stone. And he's playing here and then away. And it's tempting to overcommit there to the one stone. You see how this is kind of going? So it kind of looks like he's trying to get him to overcommit. And Black is not falling for it. He's like, okay, I'm going to keep expanding. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh no, I better go and follow up now. And allow you to do, you know, whatever kind of thing you have in mind here. While I just expand across all the things, you know? It's like, no, not like that happening. Still trying to take stuff. Coming out, so he's going to surround. Loku wants to break free. Now this is where things get interesting. Okay, we don't ignore the Atari. That would be a different kind of interesting. There we go. This is where the game gets kind of interesting. Because the upper left-hand corner is not worth points. It just isn't. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. It's just not worth points. So it's the middle, as we would expect from a dual 3-3er. It's all going to be about what you can do in that middle. So we go ahead and play here. Trying to get points. Because he's a pro, right? Pro 9-dan. He knows that his territory sucks right now. Like, it's trash. So he's trying to do that. If we get to connect here, we can unsettle. Okay, keep the territory. Trying to come out and reduce this whole area of influence. Threatening to capture some stones. To White's credit, he's trying to stay nice and consistent. Responds once and then does not do that. And then plays away. Keeping pressure on White. Very, very, very nice. White turns because they're freaking greedy. Black, knowing they're cut off, makes some shape. Keeps White low. Standard follow-up. And now we go for shape point. And now we go for another easy poke point. Now, obviously, we can't cut through that. So White tries to attack. But now we can cut through that. So now we've got a kill on top of the board. That's actually pretty reasonable. Fix a little shapey shape. Goes for a sacrifice. Cutting off some stuff. Can't really do this because a double Atari would really suck. So we play here. Into here. And now this is a little bit hard to understand how this variation is good for anyone. But it's actually bad for Black here because they're threatening to go and kill this, and they're threatening to Hane here, and they're threatening to Hane here, ensuring that, like, White's just being surrounded everywhere, right? Connect up is pretty big. And now the complete connection of this, White is the one that's in trouble. Bit greedy there, but that's okay. Now we're jumping out. Putting a little bit of pressure on the stone. White's like, hey, I'm going to be greedy again. Black's like, stop that crap. Nicely connected. The cutting stones are finally dead since we're getting stronger to attack the middle. This makes sense when we look at the territory count now, because that's another little 4 points. We've currently got a whole slew more over here for about 20. And then all these are worth 2 points, which is why I'm marking the black stones as well while I'm counting them. So we've got conservatively like 30 points if we don't count anything here, and if we don't count anything here, right? Now, obviously, there's going to be territory here for black. It's just that when we contrast that to white's count, you see the problem? Like, he needs to make sure that this stays his territory, because without it, he has no chance in this entire game. It's okay. That's why we can wrap our heads around the fact that he's gone overboard to defend this corner. Because without the corner, he actually doesn't have anything. White strengthened black. And remember, we didn't count any of this for territory, but that's now 4, 8, 12, 16. Kind of equals this, which means white is still in a problem, you know? When we counted black's territory, I didn't... Let's see, where was it? Here, 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 here. Oh yeah, it was here. Yeah, I didn't count any of these for points, right? And when I counted for white, I had already counted this, didn't I? I already counted a handful of pointers down in there. So if this is now falling to black, it's a problem for white still. It's a big problem for white still. Looks like the double 3-3's not doing very well. And the reason why it's not doing very well is because while this is weak, we can't touch this territory. We can't reduce this. A weak group prevents you from doing any of that. Goes in place here. That's not a problem. Black knows what's really going on. We're really trying to equal the territory on board for black right now. So if we just like do something stupid like protect the 3 stones for no bloody reason, then finally making territory elsewhere. Now we're kind of getting back in the lead. But no, that ain't happening. Sorry, kid. Black's like, okay, you ignore my pincer. I'm going to keep expanding. And now we have the perfect storm of bad things occurring. 2 space, 3 space, 2 space, as they struggle to just not be dead. Black's in complete chill mode. Can't allow himself to be split. Now we're just making the next thing small. Like, he's already got white's number. He's already got white's number. It's like, dude, I know you're screwed. You know you're screwed. You gave me strength in the middle, and all of these stones right now that you're using to keep that strength in the middle under control aren't making any points. You done goofed, kid. You done goofed. So he plays here. Black's like, hey, guess you're not attacking me. But white can't let that turn occur, otherwise the whole middle grows. Getting close to pokey pokes. So white counter pokes. And it looks like white putting the screws on the black. But this is where shape comes in handy. Forcing move. Probably just as we're reading out this fight. I'm thinking they're in Byoyomi at this point. So, but they're leaning for strength. Hane here, leaning for strength. Poke, poke, poke. Threaten to cut. defended, and now the counterattacking. Because black strengthened themselves, right? They use these moves to strengthen. You always strengthen before the counterattack. So what are you going to do? Let me cut? Of course you're not going to let him cut. That'd be too much territory. An extra 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. No. Ain't going to happen, right? White's like, that's mine. And black's just like, shake my head. Now, the drop down here and allowing the cut is going to be a head scratcher for a lot of players. But if you play here, you have a problem. The problem, like, you have to be careful of this kind of thing, right? Looks like you're getting kind of cut. We can't do here, and if we do here, it's not looking that great, eh? Yeah, not looking all that great. It looks like that's going to be a bit of an L. Bit of an L indeed. So, alright. Gets cut through. White's like, it's fine, I'll just connect and save both my groups simultaneously. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sweep the cutoff group, because now we're in life and death. Poke, 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 poke. This requires a little bit of reading. The Atari here is interesting because we're threatening to get that middle killed. So White's like, nope, can't kill my middle. Trying to save both groups simultaneously. Maximize liberties. Before going back and cutting. 1, 2, 3, 4, but probably 5 because of the connection. So that's 3 to about 5. That's 4 to about 5. Or wait, hold up. I misread this. Sorry. My bad. Yeah, here we can actually go ahead and Hane. There we go. Because that isn't going to really work. Hold up. Everything's wrong. Oh, no, I was right. Yeah, I'm stupid. Sorry. I'm stupid. Things looked weird to me for a minute. Yeah, so we Hane here because of the reasons I actually mentioned. It was 4 to 5, so we had to not allow the connection up. Trying to get enough room for a life. Is flatly declined. Now, this is a great read. Because they're still 4 to 5. Connection to kill the corner. Connection to kill the center. Remove. This is a little bit weird, not playing the Atari. But okay, sure. Connection, so we can't get killed. That's killed off, which means we play here now. Deny the connection. And look at Mr. Greedy Pants, who's no longer alive. Tries to surround or something. Not really going too well for him there. Just got to make sure that we're nicely not dead. Not letting those get killed. Nothing there either. And there's nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. White got killed. Bottom of the board, these stones as well, because over and over again he was trying to get more territory, understandably so, given that with his low territory count, he needed to find more points. I mean, that's just how these games go. If you're a 3-3er, and worse yet, a double 3-3er, you need to figure out where your points are actually coming from because it's not those corners that you just stole. So he had to reinforce the bottom left as opposed to reduce the left because he doesn't have enough territory if the corner's gone, right? So he needed all those points, which means black kept all those points, but then that wasn't enough, so he tried to extend to make up for it and got called out there. But then running that group just brought it into combat with the top group that wasn't alive, now that we had the bottom group that wasn't alive. And sure enough, what black still found a way to cut through. Now, didn't do it at first. He could have been like, I will not let you cut through me. And black would have been like, okay, fine, thank you. You have lost now, by the way, but I thank you. Because it's too much territory. Like all that bottom here. Like, where's white? Where would white equal that? Not in that second line. Not in that second line, that's for sure. Not equaling it there. So it'd just be a lost game. And that is a professional level game with the 2-3-3s. So gotta be careful. It's not the silver bullet that some people think it is. Hope you enjoyed this lovely game of attacking with influence. This lovely game of splitting weak groups apart. And as always, I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.